Good morning, pregame crew. We'll get started in 5 minutes. It is Friday, July 30th, 2021. It is 8:26 Eastern, 6:26 Mountain Time. I am Chart Gal Lori. Audio and visual check, please. Thank you, thank you. Yep, I should have told y'all I was selling 1 million shares of Amazon, huh? Hey, Crypto, where you been? Crypto Baron, hey, Brett, Wave Trader, Raj, Henry, Judd, Jason, thank y'all so much for moderating the room. Honestly, I look at the room when I boot up, and then I don't look at the room again until the very end. So just know that it's not that I'm trying to ignore you. I just can't work through the data that fast. Hey, Tamazon, OD, CK, Rob, Brian, Don, Blue Dog, Veronica, CK, Brett, Jim, Davy Baby, Bobby, Okumu, Roger. Hey, Paula. Thank y'all for joining me. So your challenge is next week, bring a friend. I love all y'all, but bring your friends, only if they're cool, of course. July 30th. Today is my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. How cool is that? And it is my in-laws. I don't know if it's their 60th, 55th wedding anniversary. My husband and I, our parents, have the same wedding anniversary. And my sister got married on this day. Jason's listening. You want a fun fact, Jason? My husband, of course, is Dan, and my sister's husband is Jason. Dan and Jason. And I work with Dan and Jason. How cool is that? It is Gratitude Friday. How about we start a thing? Gratitude Friday. I bought my house last year, and I had no idea what the farm behind me was. 30-acre farm. No clue. They could have cultivated cow patties for all I was concerned. I was so obsessed with the house and I wanted it. And come to find out, it is a mint farm. They harvest mint. I didn't even know that was a thing. Obviously, they sell it in grocery stores. Someone has to harvest it. So when I walk outside, it smells like mint. How cool is that? I'm grateful for that. I had no idea. No clue. What are you grateful for on this Friday? You want to put it in the room? Thank you, thank you. So I do want to remind you before we get started that last quarter, Amazon, after earnings, sold off a lot, and it was Bezos unloading shares. He can only unload in certain windows. So I'm not going to forget that and try to get crazy aggressive dip buying Amazon. So please remember that. So my chart setup's on the screen. Let's get started. Green and red, 8 and 21 EMA. Yellow and purple are the 50 and 200 simple moving average. The yellow candles are the JC inside bars, just showing where a candle is nested. Think of those Russian nested dolls. So it's just nested with the mother bar. So the range is nested within it. I'm going to delete that. And I use 8 and 21 because it's part of the Fibonacci math series. It gives me faster signals. A lot of the people in TCG use 12 and 26. How did that come about? GDAX, Coinbase Pro. They use 12 and 26 on their charting platform, and crypto started responding to it getting very sensitive to the 12 and 26, and a lot of traders like to use it because it's more reliable. Because if you're measuring 12 candles versus 8 candles, that 12 candle signal of the EMA is going to be stronger. But I want quicker signals, even if they're false. I want the quicker signals. I use a CM Ultimate RSI multi-time frame. Red is overbought, green is oversold. TTM squeeze, Thinkorswim default. I use the squeeze to look for pressure when it's building. One thing that Jason thought of this past week, and we've been kicking around, is going past 9 a.m. Eastern and maybe going live for 2 or 3 hours and doing the actual opening bell. How would you feel about that? Let us know. Okay, so ES, I want to stay on the 4 hour. ES, this is a classic bear flag pattern. How often do bear flags actually play out? And again, what are we have to always remember what we're charting. We're charting crowd psychology. So how do crowds typically behave when it comes to fear and greed? And believe it or not, humans are very predictable. And the Japanese came up with this candlestick stuff in order to graph how do humans behave and then show it graphically. So how do humans behave typically when it's 4 hour bear flag is they wait for a little pop and then they sell. Or bears are covering from this extreme downturn, they cover. That buying to close causes a little dead cat bounce and then it rolls over. I would like to point you to thepatternsight.com. This is Bolkowski on chart pattern performance. I love studying chart patterns. I love all things technical analysis, but I thought you'd like to see upward breakouts. What are the largest performance rank, what is the most successful chart pattern having follow through? And I like that we have the cup with handle in the top 3. I always remember that cup with handle is a very, very strong pattern. And then the head and shoulders pattern, I tell you all the time, well, head and shoulders bottom, which means inverse head and shoulders. And then we have the bearish ones up here. Diamond top, bump and run, cup and handle inverted. So this is just really cool. You don't need to know any of this to trade. I just think it's fascinating. It just reminds me that this bear flag tells us what to anticipate as far as the most likely scenario over here on the right side of the chart. So I've gotten some questions and pushback this week. I think it was Teladoc on Tuesday or Wednesday, y'all. Wednesday, they had bad earnings. And I said I was looking for a short in Teladoc on bounces. Well, Teladoc, let's go look at it. What happened? So that was over here. Look at this volume. This was nothing but bull volume. I abandoned that idea. I threw that idea away. I was giving you the setup over here. The setup is one thing, but it actually has to trigger. No trigger, no trade, no trigger, no setup. This did not set up. And I had people asking me here, what are you going to do with that T-Doc short? What? No, this was all dip buying. So I give you the best analysis that I have with the data that I have at the time. As soon as I turn my mic off, more data enters the market. It's just like me telling you, if you have an ace and a queen and I say, okay, whatever happens, go all in because you have an ace, and I walk away from the table. And then the next few hands are 3 jacks or whatever, something that's contrary to what you have, and then you still behave on what I told you without all the information. Here's another analogy if you don't play poker. Pitches. So if I tell you you have one pitch and it was a strike, and I say no matter what happens, just keep swinging. Well, what if the next 3 pitches are balls and you have 3 balls and 1 strike and you're still up there on this 3-1 count? 3-1 count, and you're swinging. I give you the best information and setups and analysis I have until 9 a.m. Eastern. And as soon as I turn my mic off, you're then left to piece together the puzzle with the new data that you have. Teladoc is not a short with this volume. I tell y'all, I study these 5 and 15 minute volume. I study it. When we open, that gives me a lot of clues. It's not always right, but I study it. Now, this is my actual chart from yesterday. I have not erased it. I told y'all I would watch that opening 5-minute range plus the volume to tell me whether to enter. And then above 590, if we could open within that range and then bust higher, I would buy calls. And that's what I did. I sold all up here except for 1 call, and I left that last call break even. I broke even. It was a $2,000 trade. I told y'all I'm watching this setup. What could have happened? This could have been all bear volume and it could have dumped. Would I have been any more or less of a hero? No, it's just whatever data comes into the market. So I should go over this every day, but I don't want to backtrack. I want to go over new setups, but I must remind y'all every single day that you have to trade the chart in front of you, keep the game in front of you, and stay relaxed. And on Fridays, I call it Friday for a reason. Friday. More people lose money than make money on Fridays. You don't have to donate to the cause with your hard-earned money if you don't see a clear setup. So please remember this. Back to ES. So ES, we have this 4-hour bear flag. We are above the 50 MA, but let's go to the hourly and let's find some differences. So hourly, ES below EMAs. Nasdaq below EMAs with also a potential 4-hour bear flag. YM below EMAs, not as bad. RTY, we're at the EMAs or above them. RTY is not a short today. Now, it may fall apart as soon as the market opens. And you're like, oh my God, she's a moron. No, as far as the Fab 4 futures that we monitor, RTY is the strongest. I'm not going to go up to the biggest bully on the playground and punch him in the mouth. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick on the scrawny kid in the corner, which today is Nasdaq. So if RTY is strong and we go look at some things that are closely related with RTY, look at XLF. XLF is right here at the hourly EMAs. We got a weekly double top right here at 37.14. We came within 17 cents yesterday and we rejected. And by the way, moderators, if there's something I miss in the chat room, I can see red dots in our TCG Slack. So if you direct message me in TCG, I'll see something if I'm missing it. Okay, going back to XLF. So XLF is still trapped below this daily 50 MA, and I did draw a frown yesterday. It is still trapped below, above 37.14, and we could get the boogie woogie going. So NASDAQ. What are the key resistances? Yes, I said boogie woogie. Resistance, 14903, support 1481125. So when I have this setup going into the market open, I am looking to short. I'm going to go just put a negative sign, QQQ names. And I'm looking to go long RTY names, banks. However, if we open and rotation starts immediately and they start shuffling the deck of cards in front of us, then I have to say, whoa, wait a minute. I see green volume coming into NASDAQ. So I can't short the weakest kid on the block. So as soon as the market opens, they start rotating money or they keep it the way it is and keep shorting in Q. We have to watch the money flow and we have to watch our market internals. YM has been my clue. I belabored this point yesterday, and this is why the futures are more important for me than spot price than DIA. DIA appeared to have a bull break yesterday, but it never got over the 35072, 35061. We missed it within $11 of this Dow all-time high, and we rejected. So when we have inside bars and they're nested, these Russian little nested dolls, and they're so tight, we have got to look for those resistances right above, and it would have faked you out yesterday had you gone long on DIA. Now let's look at DIA. You see how DIA got that resistance break, but if on the 4-hour, if you're looking, it didn't, because 35176 matched up with that futures level. So Dow for me is in a really, really tight spot. This could be a 4-hour bear flag, but this is not ideal. You want to see it at the bottom where we have a significant pull. We don't have a significant pull here. We have a 4-hour inside bar. Hourly, we're just fighting with these EMAs and moving average overhead. Clear 35,000 and we're looking more constructive. RTY resistance 2234, 2255 support 2214, 2184. Gold never gave me that 1815 buy I wanted yesterday. I have a small position in gold. I wanted to add at an 1815 pullback, did not get it. And when I give you gold prices in the pregame show, it's always futures. I will use spot price in the TCG room for continuity because that's what Dan uses, Jason and Lamont and Dens, but GC futures is what I use only in the pregame show. So I'll pull back to 1815 and I'm still interested in gold. Very constructive 4-hour bull flag pattern. Would not be shorting gold or gold products up here or even on a pull back. Oil, we have the rig count This looks constructive. I'm done picking on oil. 73.62, 73.68 resistance, then $74 even. 75.44 up at 75.50. Next week, if we could open near that, then I will be looking to short. So here's your love note from me for Sunday night. If we open around 75.50, I would look to short it, and I'd stop out around 75.75. Bitcoin. Let's look at, I just posted this, TCGers. You can see all of the detailed charts over in crypto. So we have a potential daily bull flag. When is it not a daily bull flag? Let's go over the bull flag criteria. And I'm not watching time because I really want to take my time this morning. It's Friday and I want to send y'all out prepared for the world together. So 0.382, that's the Fibonacci retracement, is around 36392. As long as price holds 36392, daily bull flag dreams are alive for Bitcoin bulls. So that's step one, hold the 0.382. Step two, declining bear volume, which of course we have a long time until this candle closes. We want declining candle volume. Step three, we want to hold the EMAs. All right. Step four, we want lower wicks of bulls buying the dip. All right. So on the daily, Bitcoin looks bullish. On the 4 hour, we're fighting to hold this mean reversion. We just got a bear break. Bear break with very little follow through is indicative of a bull flag on a higher time frame. So despite this looking like a potential hourly bear flag, this is actually a lower risk entry for a long for that potential daily bull flag. And if what I just said is just foreign to you, you need to join TCG. And then Dan's videos would help you greatly. We go over this day in, day out. Support 38342. I'd put my stop around 38250 for a long, but I'm talking risk to reward here. Risk to reward favors a long. Will it work? I don't know. What's going to happen over here? Don't know. Magic 8 Ball is in the shop. But 38250 is what I'd use for support. If that fails, I'd look to bottom fish down here. ETH. ETH is stronger. Why? Look at this daily. You see how it doesn't even have that bull flag formation because it's still up here. So we still have potential for a daily bull flag on ETH. We still have a potential hourly bear flag. I like that we are above the 50 MA on ETH, but we're below it on Bitcoin. So ETH is just a little bit stronger here. And I'd use 2267 would be the next bottom fish level. If you want a bottom fish currently, you could use 2302 as your support. Apple. Okay, so Apple. Let's go to the daily because y'all love Apple, because y'all know I love Apple Lottos. So we had an inside bar yesterday. Why? Because we had earnings on Tuesday and we had a large reaction range Wednesday, which would be expected. We have our Russian nested doll yesterday, and then today we're opening below it. But we saw this 142.50 bottom fish opportunity of a lifetime on Tuesday. I missed it. I did not trade it and I missed it. That was the bottom fishing opportunity of a lifetime. If we come back to 142.50, I'd be looking long. If we come down to 141.50, y'all know I like to give wiggle room to Apple. Why? Because I traded enough to know that it does people dirty. Look at this. Does them dirty. Look at that. Break bull and then fall back down. So 142.50 is opportunity number one to bottom fish, king of the mountain. Opportunity number two, 141.50. Queen of the mountain trade today on Apple. Short, you would be looking up at 146.55, and then 147 would be option number one for lotto puts and number two for lotto puts. So attempt number one up at 146.50, attempt number two, 147. I still think we're looking more at a bottom fish than a top fish because of the way Nasdaq is positioned. Amazon. All right. What am I missing? Okay, sorry. I thought Bobby was messaging me about something with the broadcast. All right, so Amazon, let's back up. Context. So price is down here at 33.50. So let's just put a little star where price is. Okay, this is where price is. So you wake up one day, Amazon's right here. Is this a busted chart? Nope. Where are we? We're at the weekly 21 EMA. We are at a mean reversion. This is not a busted chart. Their earnings were actually quite impressive. They just sandbag like Facebook did for future guidance, and basically people are going back to work and they're getting out and they're going to Walmart, so they're not buying everything online, so they sandbag their future performance. But we are back inside the Darvas box. Do you see that? We're back inside the Darvas box. Darvas box just means a base. We have this weekly base, we had its TTM squeeze, we had a bull break, now we're back inside. For me, this is a buy opportunity down to 31.72, 31.27, and 28.81. However, I'm not going to buy blindly, and I'm not going to buy today. So take a breather today, back away from Amazon, and let's give it a few days to sort its life out. And if I see heavy selling, like at the end of last earnings, where Bezos just sold the crap out of it after earnings, then it would be a dip buy back at possibly 28.50, and below 28.50, busted idea, busted trade. All right, we are down 7%. This isn't a Pinterest down 20%. This is not that. This is an awesome company with awesome earnings. So back away from it, no touch. Let's let it sort its life out. Let's let the bears and bulls duke it out, and we're not going to get roughed up in the process. I don't see a trade for Amazon today. Too high risk. Okay, coin. I like coin to the short side. It got a downgrade today. We had this little hourly bear flag. Volume was decent in pre-market. A pop up into 23850, this hourly 50, it would be a nice area to short. And then 22912 would be the area I would look to cover a little bit of it. So I'm looking for coin to short. But if Bitcoin starts changing this hourly bear flag back to the upside, then I back away from this idea and it's busted. Oracle, John's charts, he posted this, and y'all know I like a squeeze. So I don't just blindly go, oh, this is a great setup because so-and-so posted it. No, I'm always looking at the technicals. I pull the chart up and say, okay, we still have this hourly EMAs and 50 MA above, and we have a squeeze. Squeezes can fire to the downside with great velocity. So I like on any bounce, 87.50 area, possibly, and even up to 87.80, or 88.26, I would like to short Oracle. This is a Queen of the Mountain trade. Pins, let me scroll out. Okay, do you see this little alert set? I have an alert set for 54.54. Let me know when price starts approaching 53.94. Then I would look for a counter trend flip trade, not to buy and hold forever, just for a bull lotto trade. The next support behind that is 52.06, and then below that's $50 psychological. So I got lots of questions about Pinterest this morning in our room, direct messages. Look at what happened on the last earnings. They blanked the bed, and then it dumped. So it dumped 30%, and then what happened? It popped 40%. Well, got all the way up actually to 45%, but it bounced about 35% since the last earnings reaction dump. Same old with Pinterest. This doesn't mean this is a great bull chart. It just means that they obviously have some earnings issues and operations issues they have to work out. That is not my business. Mind your business. 53.94 and 52.06 are bottom fishing opportunities for a quick flip in Pinterest. Team said bearish earnings reaction. I don't know her. They killed earnings. They got some upgrades. So this is one of those names where I'm going to watch this 5 to 15 minute opening range, this time range. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch this bull action, bull volume. Does it come in? If not, it's off my list. And if we can kind of create a 5 to 15 minute base on bull volume, then we're going to watch some pressure build, and then I would get long team. QQQ. Okay, we got the broker open that causes these little spikes, but let's get some more solid levels here. Here's your levels on QQQ. QQQ is much weaker than all the other Fab4 futures. Look, all EMAs are overhead. And they're showing down velocity. I cannot overemphasize the importance. Some of y'all get crazy when I write with a pen, so I will type it. market internals. If market internals, if we're pegged, not the opening tick, I disregard the opening tick, but if we're pegged at negative 600 on the 5-minute chart on tick, sustained ticks, I'm not going to get bullish anything, not one thing. I'm going to go short and stay short. Okay, sorry about that. Don't know why it blinked. Okay, Neo. Okay, so Neo got whacked with all the Chinese news. We're coming up into the daily EMAs. This is a short all day, every day that ends in Y. When you got daily EMAs overhead, 4-hour EMAs overhead, hourly EMAs overhead, 15-minute EMAs overhead, it's a short until you get over, I would say 43.50 would make me back away from a short idea on Neo. Oh, come on, mouse is bugging out. Okay, Roku. Roku has earnings next week. Key daily support is 443. So we're breaking that in after hours. Let's see if they can do it on volume. A spike up into this 455.50 area would be a short for me. I would be looking short Roku today. Finally, SPY. This is a bearish day, folks. It's a bearish day until we see the whites of the bull's eyes. Resistance 43824, 43836, 43918. Support 43748, 43691. Okay, Guggen Square, and then I'm really done. Goog support 2702. Right now we haven't broken that in pre-market. This is super healthy, super bullish chart overall. But if QQQ is weak, it'll have a hard time overcoming QQQ weakness. Hourly chart's kind of busted on QQQ. This was a good looking chart until on the 4-hour we're fine. We have an EQ, Tammy. We just have an EQ resistance 26183, support 24506, noise in between. All right. Okay, Tesla for Muhammad. All right. Tesla looks good. Tesla looks real good. I like Tesla. Next resistance is the high of yesterday, 38369. I like Tesla to the long side. That's it for me. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, BTBT. God, I have a bleeding heart. BTBT. 4-hour tightening range. Key support 754. 754 and then $7 psychological 695, resistance 834, 938. Nice tightening range. All right, I'm not going to look in chat anymore because I'm done. Love y'all. Bye. I wouldn't short team because I don't hate my money and the bulls are strong. If they start to crap the bed, more power to you, not me. Bye.